The sizzle is about to fizzle out. The world's leading palm oil exporter, Indonesia, has announced it's introducing an export ban of the commodity. That's in response to surging cooking oil prices in the country. It's a pain that many people across the world are already feeling.
Normally, the palm oil produced in these plantations would soon be feeding people the world over. But these aren't normal times. Droughts and the war in Ukraine have made cooking oil supplies dry up around the globe, leading Indonesia to take drastic steps to protect its own consumers. I have decided to ban the raw materials of cooking oil and cooking oil exports starting from Thursday, April 28th, and until further notice. I will closely monitor and evaluate this policy implementation so that the domestic supply of cooking oil will still be abundant. But around the globe, cooks are starting to get desperate.
For the first time this year, we have seen customers turn back after hearing the price of the fish and bread.
It's very, very scary, and I don't know how our industry, fish and chips industry, is going to cope.
I'm sad. It's getting difficult to sell. We are still in the pandemic too. We keep trying to find and buy cooking oil, even though it's expensive.
As less cooking oil flows to markets around the world, restrictions are increasingly appearing, from Turkey's limit on the amount of vegetable oil per household to rationing in Spain, Italy, and the UK.
Fish and chips is the British national product, the family's favourite dish. We may lose it if it carries on like this.
With no end in sight to the cooking oil crisis, other deep-fried dishes may soon be in danger as well.
Let's get the latest on this from DW's Terrace Aman in Jakarta. Terrace, this ban is to combat soaring cooking oil prices in Indonesia. Tell us what the situation is like right now.
The people of Indonesia find it difficult to get cooking oil with just the normal price, quote unquote, which is like €1 per liter. From now, the price is like between 2 and 3 euros. So that's why the government posted that ban, so that the people could get the normal price back into the domestic market.
Terrace, you've just been to a palm oil plantation. Amid these soaring prices that we're seeing right now, are these plantations being expanded?
Yeah, actually, within the past year, between 2020 and 2021, there's been an increase of 1.5% of the land used for the palm oil plantation. As for 2020, there is a 14.9 million hectares, and now it's already been like between 15 to 1 million hectares. Even though there's a lot of fields is being used as the palm oil plantation, it doesn't solve, again, as said by most experts, the problem, because even though they're banning the export of CPO, it doesn't stop the problem in the domestic market as of right now. But they're going to see if it's going to take some effect, because the corporation that own most of these lands could also take some actions, such as they don't want to produce the palm oil anymore, something like that.
Terrace, tell us, this war that is happening in Ukraine is happening far, far away from Indonesia. Is the country still affected by it?
Yeah, actually, even though it's quite far, but Indonesia has quite a tight relation economically and politically between Ukraine and Russia on both countries. And right now, as the war already started, they already impacting the economy directly to Indonesia, such as the crude palm oil export, which is one of the main exports of Indonesia to Russia and Ukraine. Say in Russia, there is a 56% of export, in total export made by Indonesia are crude palm oil, and the 88% are crude palm oil to Ukraine. So the oil exported could impacting the domestic market, because Indonesia doesn't have anymore the company or any producer in Russia and Ukraine to, enrich the CPO and turn it into products that can be used, such as the cosmetics and also cooking oil and stuff like that, to go back to Indonesia. But for now, since the war already started, we also have some scarcity, like in the flour price here quite increasing, but for the rest, mostly it didn't really affecting Indonesian economy. But of course, globally and regionally, Indonesian economy also affected by what's happening in Ukraine and Russia.
DW correspondent Terrace Iman in Jakarta. Terrace, thank you.